Hi guys, welcome to the Bluestone Villa and welcome to another day of Christmas at the Bluestone Villa. Today is, I would probably say, a momentous day for James and I here. That probably sounds like really dramatic. It is a little bit dramatic, but yeah, it's a really momentous day for us here. And yeah, where do I begin? We moved into this house almost 3 years ago now, and we never moved into what would be our master bedroom.
So this is our first renovation diary video. So we have started work on our master bedroom. Woo! This is year 2 of living in our house. We've not been living in our master bedroom.
Yeah, we never moved in here because it had basically an electric shower over there in the corner of the room, and we just always knew that we were going to rip that out pretty early doors after we moved in. So we just didn't see the point of moving our bed in here and everything and then moving out again when we wanted to do the work and stuff. So we just never did. So it became a dumping ground.
I'm tidying up what is going to be our master bedroom so that we can start work, even though I'm still conflicted as to what we're even going to do in here. So I'm going to spin you around. So this is actually on our first floor, so the middle floor of our house. So it also has a bay window just like downstairs in the living room, and we also have another window over here, which is a bit of a bow.
Just, yeah, a dumping ground for bits of furniture that we didn't know what to do with, dumping ground for just stuff that we hadn't unpacked because it didn't really have a home yet, that kind of thing. And yeah, basically we ripped out the electric shower, as we thought, pretty early on in 2019, and we had that replastered. And this then remained a dumping ground until last year. This was probably, I would probably say, like our biggest renovation project of 2020. I don't think we anticipated that it would be that, but it was one of those things that we started it in lockdown. And it was very stop-start in the beginning because there was just loads of things that we couldn't get hold of because of lockdown, and so that delayed things as we went along. And then it was also one of those jobs where, like, you opened one can of worms and it created another can of worms. I don't think that's the same, is it? What is it? It's like you try and solve one problem and it creates another. It was one of those, like, there was just like lots of, there was nothing like major or anything, but it was just like lots of little things, and there was just things that we just had never thought would be issues, like mismatched bits of the original picture out and stuff like that. And so it was just silly, but things that took time and energy to kind of try and source and sort out. And yeah, so it went on for a lot longer than we thought it would. I think we probably spent a little bit more than we thought we would on stuff, just because it wasn't as quick a fix as we thought it would be. And yeah, we were kind of working really hard in 2020, basically with the deadline of being able to move in here before Christmas 2020. But life doesn't always work out how you think it's going to work out. And yeah, we did actually make our deadline in the respects of finishing the room to a decent enough standard to move in. We actually had our carpet in here fitted on the 1st of December, but I lost my job. So only James was working at the time, and we had obviously been spending quite a lot on the house. We had spent a fair bit on this room kind of in the run up to Christmas as well, so the carpet was quite pricey, to be honest. And we didn't mind spending that because we wanted it to feel really good quality, and it's the only room in the house that we have actually carpeted, so it's not like we're trying to mimic this across the whole house. And we had bought our lovely bedside tables, which you can see behind me, and so that was another kind of wad of cash, as it were. And yeah, it just was one of those things where we wouldn't have been able to have got a bed and stuff in time for Christmas 2020, but also equally we just didn't really feel comfortable spending all of that money, because even though it's, you know, just curtains and a mattress and a bed, which is not that many things, they're all rather large things, aren't they? So they have quite an expense attached to them. So yeah, we held off, and we just kind of thought we would move in 2021 at some point. And I feel a bit emotional, to be honest. It's really lame. This is very dramatic. But that day is today. And I think the reason I feel so emotional about it and like so a bit like just way overexcited is because this just has never been our room. Like, even though we've decorated it to how we want it to be and we're really, really proud of it and we love it and we do think it's beautiful, like, this isn't our room. We've never spent any time in here, like any time. And so it just doesn't even feel like it's part of our house. It feels like it's this room that just exists here, but that is not for using. So yeah, it feels really strange. James and I are actually going to move in here today. We're going to sleep in this bed tonight. We're going to wake up in this room tomorrow morning. And I can hardly believe it. I am so excited because I do come in here, particularly of late, now that we have our bed and stuff, and we've put like James's bedside table lamp on, and it's just felt so cozy and so wonderful. And I've really missed feeling like that, because our house, as you've probably seen in some of these vlogs, you know, is not perfect in the sense that there's a lot of mess hanging about a lot of the time. We also have just messes created from doing DIY renovations, and it's stuff that can't be moved because we need it there, because we need easy access, or we've moved it out of a space that we're working on and there's nowhere else for it to be. And so our house can feel, probably I would say like 70% of the year probably can feel quite chaotic. When we moved in here, we moved up to the room above us here, and we actually really loved that room. The top floor was the best floor in the house. It felt the least dirty. It was just the least like battered and what have you. It's bleak, it's not very exciting up there, but like other than that, there wasn't really much of anything wrong with it. And we quite liked, it's like being up in the eaves a little bit up in there. And we used to joke that it was quite cozy up in there, and we joked that maybe like when we did move down here, maybe we lived down here during like the summer months, and that's like our winter bedroom or something. And now I just can't wait to get out of that bedroom, and I never want to go back to it. Because every single thing that basically lived in another room, and then we did that room, has then ended up in our room upstairs. I just feel like we are going to sleep in a storeroom, and I honestly do think it has affected my sleep and like just my overall like well-being, to be honest. And James is probably too, he would probably say the same. So it feels like such a relief to know that I'm going to be coming into this bedroom tonight and sleeping in here. We've had this bedroom done for a year. We haven't lived in here for a year. But anyway, that's by the by. We've done some things in here since, obviously, I did my empty room tour. We've put a TV up, which is over here. We've got a bed and a mattress, and we have actually put a new wardrobe in as well. We do still have things to do up here, so we still don't have curtains. We are in the process of sorting it out with somebody local, and they've come and measured up and everything, but we knew that obviously we weren't going to get them before we would want to move in, and I just made the executive decision that we should just move in anyway, because it's dark anyway really early in the evening. So even though we've got a lot of windows in this room, I just kind of figure it doesn't really matter because it will be dark at night anyway. But then also, like, yes, we probably will wake up earlier, but I don't think there's any harm in that. I wake up pretty early anyway. But actually the woman that is doing our curtains for us, she actually recommended these things called blinds in a box, which are really reasonable. And like, yeah, they're not something you would want up forever, but for an interim solution, I think they're brilliant. And then the only thing I'm waiting on, sadly, is to buy a new duvet and pillows. And I think I might have mentioned this in an earlier video for Christmas at the Bluestone Villa, that annoyingly, they are not going to come in time. So I am going to have to use my duvet from upstairs, but that's fine. It's only going to be for a week before these others arrived. I guess I'm just a bit sad about it because it would have been nice to have started completely afresh, but you know, it's what it is. We have a light up here, but it's not the light that we will have long term. It's just, we've not found one that we like enough, and we need a piece of furniture to go underneath our TV over here. We need a like chest of drawers, and there's a particular style in mind that I have, but we've not come across the right one for the space yet. So yeah, that's something I want to get resolved sooner rather than later, because I do feel like it's impinging on my beautiful bedroom, because all of like the wires and for the TV are like just kind of in full view and on the floor. If you were here last year when we were doing this room and we were paneling this room, like, can you believe that we never moved in here? That we've never slept in here. I think it's just amazing. Right, I have cleaned the windows, cleaned off our bedside tables, and so now I think I'm gonna hoover, and then I can bring in the thing that I mentioned in a video a couple of days ago that is very, very festive and very, very exciting. Well, I hope it's still going to be exciting after I unbox it anyway. What do you mean? So I've cleaned the windows and everything.
Christmas lights are all around. I can see them now. It's like they spell your name. It's insane. Now we're back here once again. Holidays and cheer. But now I got my eye set on you.
So this is the festive surprise. Well, surprise for you, not for me or James. Any guesses yet? Oh. Right, is it that one? Oh.
Just be careful when you stab it in because it will go a long way.
I don't know, it's not in a box. Obviously, it's a Christmas tree. Don't throw me the knife. Oh, it's stuff on that.
Well, there we go.
Oh my god, this is better than I thought it was, because it actually comes in a... I didn't realise that. Oh my goodness. That is better than I thought. It's perhaps slightly smaller than I thought for a hot foot was. So I've got it up. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a little bit taller. I'm not very good with dimensions and measurements, so there's the first problem. I didn't want it to be massive. And I didn't really want to spend any more than I spent because it was an impulse purchase, but I'm going to put it out there and say I maybe thought it would be a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit wider perhaps, but I think I'm happy with it. When it comes down to it, I'd rather have it than not. It's a bit fiddly to get it straight. I felt like it wasn't quite straight in the basket, but the basket is a plus because I had not realised that it came with a basket, and I had been faffing around looking for a tree skirt, and thank God I didn't bother buying one. But yeah, this, I mean, obviously it's not massive, but it's a bedroom. It's not meant to be massive, I suppose. It could do with being like on a box. I wonder if I got the Fortnum & Mason's box up here and put it on that, like whether that would be better. I think I might do that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, guys, I'm like trying to film too many videos in one go. Oh, I've overcommitted myself. This is meant to be fun, not stress. I need to go down and do some DIY. So I need to get C batteries for that, and I know we don't have them, but I'm not going to go out yet because I need to do some DIY. I promised James I would do some today. I think I've overcommitted myself in general. I'm stretched. I'm trying to do too many Christmassy things and film that, plus also do DIY, plus uphold my commitments, my other commitments. Oy. But I'm going to do some DIY now. James is actually...
Are they kid?
There he is.
Everyone knows that Christmas should be white. Bing Crosby got that right. Oh, but I'm in Copacabana, tanning up for Santa. But I'm getting on a plane, a boat, or a train. I'm setting a new course, bearing straight due north. Santa, hold on. Santa, hold on. I'm not gonna leave you hanging by yourself. Santa, hold on. Santa, hold on. I'm not gonna leave you alone with all the else. Hold on, Santa, I'm on my way. Let me tell you about old Saint Nick and me, as tight as can be. It's been that way forever. Guess we're shapes that go together. Everyone can use a little vacation, even if life on the North Pole is cool.
How amazing does this look? I am so excited and so happy to finally be moving into this bedroom. It honestly feels like a hotel bedroom. Definitely not like my bedroom. I've got the lovely snowy winter scene off of YouTube. I'm absolutely loving these at the moment. Pulled my blinds down. I probably could pull them down a bit more, but I just don't want to risk pulling them off the ceiling because they're only like stuck. So these are these blinds in a box, which I think are absolutely fine for current situation, that we're just having these as kind of interim solutions. And yeah, love my Christmas tree. As I said, definitely shorter than I had anticipated. I think I probably didn't really appreciate how small 4.5 foot is, but I think it looks great on the Fortnum & Mason's hamper. Yeah, I am just chuffed. I've taken my makeup off already. I've come up a bit sooner. James is downstairs watching a film. And yeah, I've got my new White Company Fir Tree candle lit. I've had my neon pod on here, like on whilst we've been downstairs. I haven't really styled up my dressing table, but I'll show you what I've got on it for now. So at the moment I've got this picture at the back here is actually a picture that I took in New York City at, is it Woolman's Rink? It's the one in Central Park. I took that when I was with my sister Holly, but my sister Hannah actually got it printed last year as my Christmas present in like a way that makes it look like a watercolour, and then she framed it, and I've got a few others that she's actually given me, so I've got those in here in case I ever want to switch them out. Then this is my lamp, which I do absolutely love. This has been my lamp for many years, since I bought a house with my sister actually. It's from Hills. I absolutely adore it. I will definitely be keeping it. However, I had another plan for a bedside lamp in here. I really want to get like one of those old Victorian gas lamps that have been converted into electric, but I found a few that I liked on eBay last year and I could not find one I liked this year, which is why I haven't bought it yet. So just move this up here for now. I've got my neon pod, which is absolutely lovely. I've not got it on at the moment, I've just got it with the light on. And then I've literally just only bought these couple of things up here. I need to have a fiddle around as to what I want out and what I don't. But this is my warm Neroli perfume. This is a really cheap perfume from Marks and Spencer's, but I absolutely love it. And I tell you what, the scent lasts for ages. It's a gorgeous scent. I feel like it's something that could really work for summer, but it's really deep as well. So actually it really works for winter as well. And it's lasted for ages. And I think I paid, yeah, £5 or something. And then I've got my new Votary serum, which I got out of my first day of my Liberty London advent calendar. And then this is the Tisserand, sorry, the lighting's quite dark, so forgive me, but Tisserand like Sleep Better pillow mist. James and I love a pillow mist. I quite like that one. It's not my favourite. I think is it Beauty Works or Sleep Works, one of those, or This Works, maybe it's This Works, is my favourite one to date. And then yeah, as I said, I've got my Fir Tree White Company candle, and then I've also just moved up my Oliver Bonus little coaster as well. Yeah, so that's my setup this evening. Not necessarily forever, but that's what it's like for now. And then James, I've brought his little coaster up as well, or down should I say. We've got an Alexa as well, and then James's lamp that I bought him ages ago. And yeah, I had to make do a little bit with other pillowcases because I suddenly realised I hadn't washed enough to put on the bed. But yeah, this is it all made up, and this is my Brand Alley Christmas bed sheets. I actually really love it because I feel like it looks really smart and beautiful against obviously like the rest of the white and the blue and what have you. But yeah. Very successful move-in, I think. And yeah, it's such a luxury to be able to come up to our bedroom and be able to watch TV in bed if we want to, or yeah, just feel, I guess, genuinely like relaxed and at peace a little bit, because I definitely don't feel that in the room upstairs at the moment. It's not a space I enjoy being in or want to be in. And I think it will be great that we're now out of there, because I think now we can properly like cleanse that space, ready for next year renovating that room at some point. But yeah. I almost don't know what to do with myself. Like, what do I do? Part of me was like, oh, this is so peaceful and relaxing, maybe I should just get a book and read some of my book. And then another part of me is like, oh, but you don't ever get to watch TV in bed, and this is like the first night that you can do that, so maybe I do that. But I just feel like this honestly is going to give me, I know this sounds silly, but sometimes I really need, like, when I get into like a bad routine, I need something to help me pull myself out of it. And I can pull myself out of it if I have like the right environment in place, and I just don't feel a lot of the time that we have the right environment in place across the house. And James would 100% agree and probably blame me as well. But yeah, I just don't think we have the right environment in place because it's just so chaotic. We've always got so many things going on, and I think working from home, as much as I'm really grateful to be able to do that, I think adds to that as well. So I feel like having this like peaceful slumber zone is really going to be able to help me like kickstart a better routine, and to hopefully like take how I feel about this downstairs as well. Yeah, I like that this room feels like done, even though it's not. There obviously, as you know, there are a few things we still need to do and get and what have you, but ultimately it feels like a really lovely done finished space, which is what I often say I don't feel like with some of our other rooms. I think the kitchen is the only other space I really feel like is like properly done. And I think the kitchen used to always be my favourite room, and I think this is probably trumped it. Right, better get ready for bed.